if you paid any attention to this room, you'll see that I worked pretty doggone hard to clear this out. So anyway, I moved from a big house to a small house. So there it is. I'm getting ready to do the rough plumb. Now, the reason I got this is just a temporary thing. But I'm getting ready. See, you can't even see the plumbing fixture there, and that's kind of the way I wanted it. I wanted it to come out over here, and so it does. So the hookup's going to be right here. You'll see the silver hose, but you won't see all that nastiness there. So that's exactly what I wanted. So feel good about it. So I'm about ready. I'm not going to hang the door till I get this sorted out. But I'm all set to kind of rough this in. It really has turned out just swimmingly. She's taped off. I've got my plumbing ready to go over there. I know that looks weird, but you'll see what it looks like later. I worked on the little white spots stuff, and there's a little bit of discoloration there. See how it's lighter? It'll end up darker. Make up a little solutions on it if I have to, but I don't really mind that too much. Okay, let's get the clear silicone, do this. It'll sit overnight. And boy, I'm telling you, I'm going to put a thin layer there, but I believe that's really good to keep out bugs and just kind of make things better. But going to cut a little tiny hole in the base of the clear silicone. I think these have met their end, so just kind of wipe it. These are such a tool. This will be the last video on this project. And I noticed that it was pretty cool that they put a little diagram on the top of the box to make sure that your seat fits there. It's kind of neat. So this has all been done. So I've got the plumbing ready to go, and I'm going to set the screws. Now remember, as we all know, you have to set that flange so that you end up with the studs coming up in the right place. That's a sad day if you do that incorrectly, because you'll have to take it off and do it again. So we're all ready to go, and got the valve in, all set. So let me set that stuff, and I'll show you the way I'm going to do this. I am going to use caulk, but not around the base, because that just, you really shouldn't do that, because you can have a bad wax ring and you wouldn't know it. So I'll turn this over and I'll show you the way I'm going to do it. So I've got the Fluid Master stuff here. Got to get all that stuff out of there. So I got all this Fluid Master stuff in this ring here. We'll be installing. So apparently this is the fancy kind. And oh boy, that goes in there tight. Okay, kind of weird. Okay, well, you get it. Had a little trouble with the Fluid Master things. They didn't want to go in. They were tight. They have these little washers on them. I had to kind of force them in a little bit. So what you want to do now is get all your stuff out of the way, not too far out of reach, and you want to dry fit. Make sure that kind of get a feel for it and get those things lined up. Now that doesn't look very much aligned to me, so let's line it up a little bit better. You can see the left one's a little bit too far back. You can tell by the space. See, the space is wrong, but they're so difficult that I went ahead and I had to whack them. Looks like it loosened up once it got in there. That looks a lot better. So you give it a good aerial view and see how it fits dry. Okay, it went down with a mighty clink. Looks as lined as anything else is in here. So the studs look good. So it's time for the wax ring and some silicone on the bottom parts to help keep it level and all that stuff. You'll be able to use this for like a day, but don't disturb it. This particular vessel has these little things here, and that's where I'm going to put the silicone, the clear adhesive silicone. So we're going to pull that, and we're going to put the wax ring in and put the silicone on. Okay, so what I will do at this point, I don't know, it's close enough. I think it's 15 July 2025, and Buddy Holly was here. Okay, so we're ready to go. We got the wax ring in place. Don't, you know, this is one of those reinforced kind. And we're going to give us a little bit of this. Don't put so much it'll fall off when you're turning it over. You can be liberal with it, but just make sure that it's stuck. Don't want a glop of this hitting the floor. Okay, and then we're going to put some right here. And sort of make sure it goes down a little bit. If you want to put a time capsule, like the singing frog thing, you could put him right down in there. And then everybody can do the Michigan rag. That's love and rag. Okay, ready to turn over and put on. Come on, turn off. So that's it. Almost. I gotta put the hardware on it, but you just rock it back and forth and you'll feel it stabilize. Make sure you got it lined up as much as anything else is. And I'll try to look at Kohler and look at the wall. And that looks just about perfect. So let's put that stuff on. Do not over tighten these. Put them on. Give it about a week or two and come back and check them. I wouldn't even put the covers on. Just to remind you not to check it, because it will loosen up over a week or so. So just go in gently and check it later. Okay, follow your hardware chart on how to apply those, but put them on, just put them on gently. Just real easy does it. And then we're going to pull this over here now. And we're going, well, I think I'll be okay. I can pull that over later. So let's set the tank. Now, some people say you should set the tank and do the whole thing. I think you're out of your mind. Why add, 20 pounds to something and make it unwieldy? And you run a risk of breaking the tabs off. So, for some reason, the hardware kit did not come with it. But I have some NIN nylon insert nuts and some big old fender washers. And that's what you need to set the tank. So we'll set the tank and then we'll turn the water on. The tank is installed. You can put a level across there if you want to, but it looks level to me. And they say put a level there. I kind of go by I can feel the studs at the bottom of the nuts there. And they all feel even to me. So that feels good and tight. Could have used a couple of more threads on those things, but that's okay. Okay, it's been a few days, and that's actually just loose. So that going back and tightening it up thing, it's no joke. So got to hook up the hose here, and all right. And this is the big kind here, the big country kind. And we're about to have our big moment here. Okay. Let's okay, let me go turn the water on. You get all sensitive. I heard the air conditioner running and it made me nervous. Alright, so I don't want to run that because I got a vacuum. I had to do a bunch of planing on this door right here. So here's the moment. Everybody ready? Ready. Okay, so I should just be able to do this. And there you go. Not leaking out everywhere. I double checked the tightness of the tank things too. Stand by for the suspense here now. This is a weird toy. It's one of those 10-inch ones. It's not the 12 whatever inch front wall thing, or 16. Yeah, I don't want that stuff in the drain. Just while I'm standing around. So there's hot and cold water in here now. For such a big fitting, that takes a while, don't it? So there's some trim work going to be done. And we're going to do the final shot here, I guess, later today. So, I kind of like these systems. I like to be able to adjust it there thing. And then have a water line. I guess we'll find out in a minute. So they use Fluid Master. Colder there, Fluid Master down there. That's interesting. So I guess that's your water line at the top of that cylinder. Whoa, okay, right to the top. Okay. Excitement time. That's the first flush. And it don't go all the way that far down. That's when it takes so long to fill. Okay. Well, we'll dress her up with the tank lid and the elliptical cover here in a little bit. But there we go. So I hang the sign up there, or put it where I want it, and then I make a little green spot and put my screw in. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this one in, and then I'll mark the other three, and then I have confidence in them. So the only remaining bit of work to do is this quarter round down here. But here's where we are. And remember, there are 4 ways of doing things around here. There's the right way, the wrong way, the Navy way, and my way. And as long as we do things my way, you're safe. I'm real nice about it though, because we do work on a first name basis here. My first name is Captain. Okay, so that does it. So give us a thumbs up, and we got a little lamp to put right here, and so put it on a timer or something. That's why I put that outlet in right there. That was a pretty good episode. Y'all watched that a lot, so that was pretty nice of you. Well, okay, thanks for spending time with me, and we'll talk next time. And 1.5 bass. Whoa.